Hi, hello and good morning everyone. My name is Anna. Please excuse the relatively bare bookshelf in the back. I've had to take all of the books off in order to film this video. Today I will be going over the 80 books that I read this year. At the beginning of the year, I set myself a goal of 60 books, but about 10 books in, I realised I could probably stretch myself to doing a bit more than 60, so I changed the goal to 80. I have had a bit of a mad rush this December and I've spent a lot of time reading in the last couple of days, but we did reach 80 in the end, and these are the 80 books that I've read. I have obviously read more than this because I do an English degree, but those have been like fragments of books, like sections or chapters, or poetry. There's been a lot of poetry, so I've only included when I've read an entire text, so I'm calling that like a play, a novel, anything like that I have included, but there is quite a bit more outside of this. In terms of how this video is going to work, I am not actually talking about the books I've read, I'm just going to show you them. I can do a separate video where I break them down, but I have done some videos throughout the year where I have spoken about the books that I've read over the last couple of months and like rated them and told you what I liked and disliked about them. And obviously that would be far too long for all 80 books to do in this video, so I'm just showing you the ones I've read for like inspiration. However, there will be a video coming out soon, hopefully if I can find time to film it, where I go over my top reads of the year, so look out for that. But I hope you enjoy this video. I hope it gives you some reading inspiration, or maybe you'll see a book that you also read this year. Without further ado, let's get on with the video. I have given Shakespeare his very own section purely because he was by far my most read author this year, and that is what happens when you do an English degree. This fat, complete works of Shakespeare has absolutely dominated my 2021.
Day and ask you how it is.
shocker, I think, is that I read quite a lot of classics this year. These are just the classics that didn't fit in any of the other categories. Some of them are novels, some of them are collections of short stories, but they're all classics. I genuinely can't tell whether doing an English degree means I get to read more books in a year or less books, because obviously it means I get to dedicate more of my day to reading, but it does mean that the things that I am reading need to be annotated, need to be heavily thought over while I'm reading them, so thus take more time to read. But anyway, that's just me having some thoughts. After picking up Circe, which is actually my mum's, at the beginning of the year and absolutely loving it, I got kind of into retellings. My mum is really into them as well, so that's been good. I might upset a few people by confessing this, but I'd never actually read much Greek mythology or even knew much Greek mythology before this year. When I was younger, I used to really love fantasy books, and my sister's still really into them, so she's been on a bit of a mission to get me into them, and I think this is going to continue into 2022. Surprisingly, my most read genre this year was non-fiction. This absolutely was not done intentionally, but I just kept finding myself reaching for non-fiction books just because they seemed so interesting. Another sort of book I absolutely loved this year was what I call small books, and these are like bite-sized books and normally non-fiction, so just full of information, and I really enjoyed them because they were really easy to fit around my timetable and were a really easy way of filling my desire for knowledge that I seem to have this year with all of this non-fiction reading. Also, non-fiction books can be really expensive and kind of daunting actually, so I find these are a good way of introducing someone to a new topic. And that is it, guys. That is all of the books I've read this year. I hope you've had a really wonderful year and that you've had a lovely festive season. Please tell me how many books you've read this year and what your favourite ones were. I would love some inspiration for books to read next year. I am fully aware that I have not made booktube content on this channel for a long time now, but I forgot how much I enjoy it. It's one of my favourite types of videos to make, and it's been almost exactly a year since my first ever booked themed video, so I really hope that you guys enjoy watching them too, because I'm looking forward to continuing to make them. Please do comment below any ideas that you might have for future videos or that you'd like to see. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, please do subscribe. Happy New Year, everyone. I hope 2022 brings you all lots of joy.